On March 8, 2014, Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 disappeared while flying from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. The Boeing 777, carrying 227 passengers and 12 crew members, vanished shortly after takeoff. The mystery of M370 remains unsolved. Flight 370 took off at 12:41 am, reaching a cruising altitude by 1:01 am. However, at 1:07 am, the aircraft communication addressing and reporting system ACARS, which transmitted data about the plane's performance, sent its last transmission before being manually switched off. The final voice communication from the cockpit occurred at 1:19 am. Just 2 minutes later, the plane's transponder, which communicated with air traffic control, was also turned off. As the plane approached Vietnamese airspace, it suddenly turned back, flying southwest over the Malay Peninsula and later disappearing from radar at 2:22 am, 4 hours after. Satellite signals from the aircraft were still being received, with the last detected at 8:11 am. Initial searches for the plane concentrated on the South China Sea, but after it was determined that the aircraft had turned west shortly after the transponder was turned off, search efforts moved to the Indian Ocean. By March 24, Malaysian authorities concluded that the flight likely crashed in the southern Indian Ocean, 1,500 miles southwest of Australia, with no survivors. In July 2015, the first piece of debris, a wing flaperon, was found on a beach on Union Island, thousands of miles from the initial search area. Over the next 2 years, 27 more pieces of debris washed ashore across the Indian Ocean, from Tanzania to Madagascar. However, only 3 of these pieces were definitively identified as coming from Flight 370. Several theories have emerged over the years, including mechanical failure, hijacking, and even pilot suicide. The fact that communication systems on the plane were manually disabled led many to believe that someone on board, possibly the pilot, deliberately diverted the plane. A significant clue surfaced in 2016 when it was revealed that the plane's pilot, Zahri Ahmad Shah, had flown a similar route over the southern Indian Ocean on his home flight simulator. Just weeks before the disappearance, Australian scientist Vincent Line claims that the plane's disappearance was a deliberate act by the pilot. Line's research centers on Broken Ridge, a dangerous underwater area in the southern Indian Ocean. Line's theory challenges the widely accepted seventh arc theory, which suggests that the plane ran out of fuel and crashed at high speed into the ocean. Instead, he argues that the plane was brought down in a controlled descent. This would explain the type of damage seen on the debris. Line also connects his theory to the pilot's flight simulator data, which closely matches the plane's final flight path. Line believes it points directly to where M370 lies. Line's research offers a new perspective on the mystery of M370, the world's greatest aviation mysteries.